Hey folks, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia. Hello.
And I am Treebeard.
Treebeard. That's a good one.
Sam Healy.
Welcome to one of our Christmas shopping guides. We're making several of these about different categories of games. Most of these games you can find online, and you can send us to people, or maybe use this as a guide to get people other people games, or buy yourself some games. Today's category is family games. These are the kind of games that this is one of those categories that I think is a great present giving guide.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, hey, I know there's people, I want to get this family a game. These are the ones that I would recommend getting. All right, why don't you start while I get this hair out of my eyes?
Oh, man, hold on. Don't move.
Performing surgery.
What is happening? Did I get... There it goes.
All right, what's your number?
All right, my number one is eye plucking.
What?
This really belongs in the party game category.
Huh?
Eye plucking?
Eye plucking.
All right, my first pick is a game called Kokoro Avenue of the Kodama.
It's a really long name.
Yeah, the game is called Kokoro, but they are tying it into two other things. Kodama, which is this tree building game, and Avenue, which is actually what this is a reprint of. Avenue is a roll and write style game, but there is no rolling. You flip a card over, and in it, it's a connection game. You are simply trying to connect different things on this paper you've been given. You'll be drawing in lines, roads straight across, up and down, several different curves, and you are connecting different things on that. I really enjoyed the original. In fact, it's one of my favorite games, and it is simple, it's engaging. It's one that has very little player interaction, but everyone is engaged all the time, and it is very fun to see your little world build up and to be clever with your connections to finally get that one specific curve you've been waiting for and go, yes, I can connect all this I've been working on over here to all of this down here. Fantastic, and I can score that. This one is going to have a completely different look, but it is ultimately the same game. And in fact, if you get this one over the original Avenue, there's going to be a few more variants in there. So that's fantastic. More gameplay. Really enjoy it. Just about anybody can play this, and I think you're going to have a good time with it. That is Kokoro Avenue of the Kodama.
Kokoro!
Kokoro!
My number one is
Jamaica.
Dice Town. Dice Town was just reprinted actually this year. It's essentially basically the same game. Dice Town, you have a bunch of dice that have different sides of cards on them, poker cards, and you're rolling these all at the same time, and then you get to keep some dice, and you can roll again until you get the dice the way you want them. You're trying to get the best poker hand, but also have the most of different categories, and then you get gold nuggets, you get money. It's a very simple, very strong thematic game, actually. If you like that old Western shootout thing and you're doing it with dice, it's a really entertaining game.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun just to take the dice and shake them and hit them on the table. Everyone likes doing that.
Make sure you do it late at night while other folks are attempting to sleep.
Or play a very cranial, long Euro game.
You mean right next to you?
Yeah, right next to
Okay,
him.
yes. But
Right next to him, and then like roll your dice like this. And the guy's, yeah, that's...
this is not an actual recommendation from the Dice Tower. But anyhow, it's a lot of fun. Dice Town.
Cool. If you have family members who enjoy playing dominoes, a good bridge game to bring them over into your hobby is King Domino, because it has
the king of domino games. It's right in the name.
Similar feel. You're taking these cards, you're picking these cards, tiles actually, that have two sides, and you're trying to incorporate them into your kingdom.
Keep going. Keep going.
Are you shedding?
I feel like I am.
Okay. Anyway, as you're doing this, it has a very similar feel to a game of dominoes in that you're trying to match these different areas and grow them and score the most points and all of this kind of stuff. It is a very light, easy to teach, and easy to play game. A game probably takes around 20, maybe 30 minutes, and that's if you're playing really slow. It's a great family game, great level, easy weight game that a lot of people can sidle up to, and that is King Domino.
All right, my last, or rather my next pick here, we're not quite there yet. My second pick is a racing game called Downforce. Downforce
Good call.
is a reprint of a much older game, actually many versions of older games. But this one is beautifully produced and very nicely streamlined. In it, you are going to, at first, basically bid for some cars that belong to you. And once that's done, they all race in a very simple card-driven system. And you are going to, at several points throughout that race, be able to put on bets on the cars that you think are going to come in first, second, and third. You're hoping they'll come in early. And even if it's not your car, hey, you might do well if you see someone else's car running away with it and you make a smart bet on that car.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the game, if your cars do come in, great, you get points for that. But even if you didn't, you get points for other solid bets. That's basically it. It's quick. The turns are lightning fast. It feels like a racing game, which a lot of games don't really capture that feeling of an emotion of, barreling down the track. And this one manages to do that while looking spectacular doing it. Downforce is a fantastic family game. I would definitely recommend it.
All right, my next one is Magic Maze. Magic Maze is a cooperative game in which you have a time limit that you need to take a group of fantasy people who are in a mall for some reason.
That makes sense.
It does, and they need to all shoplift simultaneously. The barbarian needs to steal an axe. They all need to steal different things and then get out of the mall.
This is a family game.
It is a family game because it's really entertaining. You're all working with these 4 different characters, and the fact is, you can each only move a character in a specific direction. So maybe Z can only move north, and I can only move west, and
That's
Sam
true.
can only go east. And so we have to, I move this guy here, and we cannot communicate out loud either. The only way to communicate is by taking a pawn and sticking it in front of another person gently, or not.
Do something! I can't move! But you can't tell them that.
They each have special abilities too. You take them up and down escalators. It is silly fun. There are 17 different levels in the game. You can make it harder and harder and harder. Highly entertaining. Magic Maze.
It's a very frenetic game, Magic Maze.
You're definitely shedding.
I am definitely shedding. It's getting worse over the course of this
Take
video.
that off. Take it off. Let me help you out. You're good. There you go. There you go. There you are.
Just go.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm getting abused online.
No, it's
That's
kicking
true.
you.
Well, at least there's video evidence of it. All right, so my next one in the family category is a game put out by Blue Orange Games here recently, and it is called Photosynthesis. This might be on the cusp of being slightly too cranial. In that it is an abstract strategy game, and there is a lot of thought that has to be put into it. But how you play the game, I'm not talking about doing well at it. I'm talking about how you play the game is very simple and very easy to teach, and it is also very intuitive because it follows, I guess, what one would call the normal progression of trees growing in a forest.
You would know.
So, yeah, I do actually. I am the shepherd of the forest. But, so I had no, yeah, wow. Just the fact that I included this.
When you made the list,
Almost like
did
the
not know
planets
you'd be
were in
wearing that
line.
hat.
I
That's
did
true.
not
I
know
didn't
I
tell
was going
these
to be
guys
wearing
what
this
hats I
hat.
got.
this is true. It's like me putting walking games on.
So, yeah. Anyway, that's Photosynthesis. It is a great game. It has a great looking table appeal as far as aesthetically pleasing and so forth. It's a great, fun game to play. Easy to teach, easy to play, harder to master. Photosynthesis.
All right, my final pick is the game you're going to get either for yourself or someone else if you are a big fan of old movie monsters, right? The classics, The Mummy, Wolfman, all that. This is called Campy Creatures. And in Campy Creatures, you are going to reveal some mortals that are your prey, and then you are all simultaneously playing a card that has one of those classic movie monsters and taking those depending on the number and the power listed on the monster you played. Everyone has the same monsters, but the order you play them is what's important. And the artwork in this game is phenomenal. Again, if you are a fan of that old style, you are really going to be enamored with the look of this game. It's very simple, clean, straightforward design. Again, just about anybody can get into it. Once you learn the few different powers on the monsters, you are good to go. So, very nice look for this one. I think it's going to make a great gift that is campy creatures.
My last one I've mentioned before on lists in prior years, and that is Sheriff of Nottingham. However, this year they came out with a new expansion for it called Merry Men, which promotes lying. I'm not doing a good job picking family
No,
themes.
these are great.
am
You're
I?
stealing, lying. What's your last pick? Murdering?
My first
This
pick was
is your-
Dice Town, which actually, yes.
Oh,
So anyhow.
Kind of, yeah.
But in Sheriff of Nottingham, if you've never played it, is a game in which one person's the sheriff. Each person gives that person a bag and tells them what's in it. Maybe what they're saying is true or not.
Oh,
The new
I never
expansion
lie.
adds the actual Robin Hood and his merry men. You can try to smuggle them through customs. There's new laws put in place. There's missions you can accomplish to get points. It adds a lot of different fun modules to the game. This game works really well between 3 to 5 players, and the expansion actually makes it go to 6 players, which you might think would make the game longer, but instead of having one sheriff, there's 2 deputies, and they have to kind of agree on who they're going to check. Very entertaining game. I've never had this one go over bad. It's just lots of fun for everybody. And if you don't like lying in the game, you don't have to. You can tell the truth every single time. I'll beat you,
But we suspect
No, you
you'll
won't.
warm up to lying
Kenny
while
tore you
you're
up,
playing.
dude.
yeah, well, Kenny lied like
Kenny-
Kenny did like slight lying.
No, he didn't
This is
lie.
definitely
He
one
was
of-
like painfully honest.
This is one of those games that even if you start off on that foot, I think you'll warm up to lying.
Wow. Why did you have to say that dramatic pause?
Anyhow, Sheriff of Nottingham. Let's walk over to Sam.
We need to make
Yeah!
we need to make like a tree and leave.
Go.
You got another one.
I hate
I
these
got
puns.
one here. Okay, this one is a dice game, and it is a Beautimus dice game.
Beautimus.
It is called Sagrada.
Oh,
now,
I knew you'd pick this one.
Sagrada is a great little dice game where you're rolling dice corporately. One person, the first player, rolls a certain number of dice, and then you have to draft those dice and put them into your window that you're basically creating from these different colors of dice. And the whole idea is that you're making this stained glass window out of these different colors of dice, and you have to get them in a certain pattern that is determined beforehand by whatever what is it called, whatever plaque you basically choose for that game. And it's a really fun game, and it's not difficult to teach at all. It's a great game for families, and it looks great on the table as well. That is Sagrada.
And that are our family game choices for you. We have other Christmas lists, like I mentioned before. Check them out. Send us link to anyone who you want to buy you these games for Christmas. Say, this is what I recommend you buy for others.
You won't believe number 7.
Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia. Thank you.
And I'm Sam Healy. Now we're going to make like a tree
And get out of
and
here.
get out of here.
And walk out of here.
Dook, 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 dook.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.